Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
I'm angry with Walter Mondale for questioning the intellect of our president, Ronald Reagan. You know, lots of times Mr. Reagan doesn't hear the questions. He doesn't hear the question lots of times because he's nodding off. How about those generals?
Oh, how about those generals?
Huh? That's my main team now. And I want Donald Trump to get the generals' jackets over here. And God forbid they're like last year's, which were fire hazards.
Yeah, that's true.
And, of course, we want USFL jackets.
Yeah.
USFL hats. I want a USFL referee hat.
Yes.
I want all of the stuff because I am now a frontline supporter of the New Jersey Generals. And I made fun of their commercials saying who has the best coach, who has this, who has that. Well, apparently the Generals do.
That's exactly right. Further details coming up in a minute on WNBC. The time right now, 6:30.
A new idea can create ripples or make waves. Introducing the new wave in business communications. Introducing Bell Atlantic. Driven by the combined energies of New Jersey Bell, Bell of Pennsylvania, and Diamond State Telephone of Delaware, and the C&P companies of Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and Washington, D.C. Bell Atlantic, a new company with a new approach based on a simple belief. The more you can rely on one company to solve your communications needs, the easier your life will be. So rely on Bell Atlantic for analysis and systems recommendation, for advanced equipment, for local network access, for installation and instruction, for reliable service and future system expansion. Introducing the new wave in business communications. Introducing Bell Atlantic. One call, one source, one company.
6:31, Imus In The Morning. Roz and the N-Copter coming up here in 9 or 10 minutes. WNBC weather. Increasing clouds today, high about 38. Then tonight, snow developing, changing to sleet or freezing rain. There is a winter storm watch in effect for tonight and tomorrow. It's 29 degrees now in New York. I guess you can still go skiing lots of places, can't you?
Sure.
I'm going Sunday.
That's what I understand, but I don't understand. I understand, but I don't comprehend. Let's put it that way.
Well, my tennis coach over at the Vertical Club, Florin,
sorry,
also teaches skiing.
He's sort of a jack of all sports, isn't he?
Well, the problem is I don't have any ski equipment.
What?
I don't have any ski boots.
Then explain to me this, Don.
Yeah?
How do you go skiing without a complete array of the normal accoutrement of the sport?
Well, I don't know. Guess I have to call my friend Ernie Spiegel down at Spiegel Sporting Goods.
Yeah, and put the touch on Ern.
Well, no, I pay for the stuff, but unless, of course, there's some ski manufacturer that would like me to be talking about, the Rosinol skis or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever else they have.
Yeah.
I already have the ski jackets and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just need to ski. There can't be much of skiing, can there?
Much to skiing?
Yeah.
It's a sissy sport.
That's what I thought.
Of course.
No problem. How about those generals? So let's get the ski stuff in here, and I need it by, obviously,
10 o'clock.
Yeah. In the USFL, my team, the New Jersey Generals, 17 over the Birmingham Stallions, 6. In other opening day USFL games, Denver over L.A., 27-10. Arizona over Oakland, 35-7. Tampa Bay 20, Houston 17. Oklahoma 7, Pittsburgh 3. Jacksonville 53. Washington 14.
Lord.
And Jacksonville's a new team. And Washington's an old team, so they were lousy last year. Philadelphia, which was a good team last year, defeated Memphis 17-9. Coming up tonight, the Chicago Blitz, but it's the old Arizona Invaders.
Yeah.
Because they swapped locations. George Allen and his gang are all out in Arizona now. And Chicago, so the Chicago Blitz is not the old Chicago Blitz. But they'll play the Michigan Panthers.
Yeah.
At 9 p.m.
The Chicago Blitz, then, is what you're saying are the old Arizona Wranglers.
Yeah.
Whereby the Arizona Wranglers now are the old Chicago Blitz. Well, that's clear.
Yeah. That was a good little deal. I don't know how they did that. I think the owners did. I don't know. Something crazy. In the National Hockey League, what happened, Hunky?
Washington Capitals over the Whalers 4-3. The Philadelphia Flyers defeated the Islanders 5-3. The Rangers beat the Pittsburgh Penguins in overtime 4-3. Quebec over St. Louis shut them out 5-0. Detroit beat the Blackhawks 4-2. Toronto and Vancouver tied at 4. Calgary over Los Angeles 5-2. 2 games this evening. Buffalo at Buffalo. Boston at Buffalo,
Buffalo at Buffalo. Made a mistake, didn't he?
Boston at Buffalo, Edmonton at Winnipeg.
In the National Basketball Association, the Lakers 101, Philadelphia 99.
Yeah.
San Diego over Seattle 101-93. Indiana over Portland 102-100. Detroit over Cleveland 121-109. And Boston defeated Phoenix 116-109. One game in the NBA tonight. Atlanta takes on the Knicks at the Garden. In top 20 college basketball, North Carolina, Houston, DePaul, Nevada, Las Vegas all won. 15th ranked Wake Forest upset by Maryland. Tonight, Kentucky, Memphis State, Syracuse, Temple, and Auburn are all in action.
The WNBC Weather Winter Storm Watch is in effect for tonight and tomorrow. Increasing cloudiness today, the high about 38. Snow developing tonight, changing to sleet or freezing rain. Lows near 32 in the city, but down to 25 in the northern and western suburbs. Tomorrow, rain possibly mixed with sleet during the morning. Blustery day, temperature going up to near 40. The outlook for Wednesday, rain possibly changing back to snow before it ends. At the moment, it is 29 degrees, coming up on 6:36. And that's what's happening. I'm Charles McCord, WNBC New York.
Thank you, Charles. I'm Imus in the Morning. Rods in the Encounter coming up. NBC. Owner of a lonely heart. WNBC 639, 21 till 7 o'clock. I am Imus in the Morning, 21 till 7. WNBC weather. Increasing clouds today, high about 38. Then tonight, snow developing, changing to sleet or freezing rain. It's 29 now in New York. The smart money's on Chevette, the most affordable little hatchback Chevrolet offers today. Take charge. Chevrolet sponsors this Encounter traffic report with WNBC's Roz Frank. Good morning, Miss Frank.
Good morning, Mr. Imus.
Have you met this person who's taken Joel's place?
No. Why?
She has real bright red hair, like one of those, go down to the Astor place and get their hair cut, and then they take shoe polish and put on it.
Uh-huh.
She's scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
she's nice and all that, I guess, but...
Oh, I heard she was an axe murderess, so you better be real careful.
She's a what?
Axe murderess.
Axe murderess?
Yeah, it's a new WNBC rehabilitation program.
It's like a kabuki lizard. What'd you do this weekend?
Oh, well, you know, stuff.
Lisa and I went looking for apartments. I mean, for her.
You did?
Yeah.
And I went looking for a house.
You
For
did?
me,
Well,
yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite radio station?
WNBC.
All right, nice talking. Oh, no, you haven't done the cars yet, have you?
Do I win?
Go ahead.
This morning we have reports from shadow traffic of trouble westbound on the LIE around Springfield Boulevard involving a truck. Be back at 7 on WNBC.
Thanks, Rob. 641, 19 till 7 o'clock. I'm Imus in the Morning. Schultz coming up.
Compare New York Air.
From now until February 29th, New York Air is holding a sale on Cleveland. A one-way ticket from Newark to Cleveland is just $49, and a one-way from LaGuardia is just $59. All seats, all flights. Even though New York Air has lowered their fares, they haven't lowered their standards. So on every weekday flight, you'll still get all their complimentary New York-style amenities like drinks, fine wines, and snacks.
Compare New York Air. The airline that works for your business. We care, New York Air. The airline that works for your business.
Fly New York Air to Cleveland. $49 from Newark and $59 from LaGuardia. And remember, prices may never be this low again. So catch one of New York Air's planes before you miss the boat.
Compare New York Air. The airline that works for your business.
Oh, excuse me.
Why don't you watch
sorry.
where you...
Well, fancy meeting you here at Ridgewood Savings.
I bank here.
Oh, yeah? Me too.
Well, it's the first time we ever agreed on anything.
I come here for Ridgewood's low interest rates.
What?
On my mortgage, my daughter's student loan, all my borrowing needs.
Well, I come here for their high interest rates.
Oh, yeah?
Uninsured market rate accounts, tax-sheltered IRAs, Keogh plans, and other investments.
See there, I knew we wouldn't agree.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, how about Ridgewood's personalized advice and a neighborly service?
So, what about it?
Well, you don't think that's as important as the high interest rates that Ridgewood pays?
No, I think it's as important as the low interest rates that Ridgewood charges.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, how about Ridgewood's now checking and direct deposit services?
Well, they're great.
Yes, well, then I guess we do agree.
We do?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. So, think the Yankees will go all the way this year?
The Yankees?
Yeah.
What, are you kidding me?
It's smart to bank with your neighbors at Ridgewood Savings Bank.
7 branches in Queens and Nassau County. Member FDIC.
Last year, something amazing happened in New York. Overnight, thousands of businesses started speaking Spanish. Automobile dealers were transformed into ventas de autos. Hairdressers became peluqueros. Real estate agents, whose only previous experience was with houses, apartments, and condominiums, started handling casas, apartamentos, y condominios. And thanks to the 9X Spanish Yellow Pages, their business is muy bueno. If your business hasn't started speaking Spanish yet, it can learn in time for next year's edition of the 9X Spanish Yellow Pages. Before you know it, your business will be speaking fluently to 1 million potential customers in the Páginas Amarillas para la Comunidad Hispana. Call Reuben H. Donnelly at 972-7970. That's 972-7970. You can have your ad translated and have your business speaking Spanish in time for the next edition of the Spanish Yellow Pages. 9X Spanish Yellow Pages for New York telephone. Where would you be without it?
All I can say in Spanish is, huela chingo. And I think it's probably dirty. Something. I was working in this copper mine in Superior, Arizona. And there was a bunch of Spanish guys worked there, and I was about one of the few guys who could speak English, so I was the union steward. Bust their chops, you know what I mean? Close that sucker down and mess with us. And that's all I learned. I learned some other Spanish words, but I know they're dirty. I best they may, you know, and stuff. They add another word to that. It's not, I know, 6:44, 16 till 7 o'clock. Imus in the Morning, WNBC weather. Increasing clouds today, high about 38. Then tonight, snow developing, changing to sleet or freezing, icky rain. It's 29 now in New York.
This is great stuff,
Yeah,
man. I got this from the commentary.
Right over here.
You know what they call this stuff?
What?
Up in the NBC commentary?
No, what is that?
They call it tofuti. No kidding. You know what?
Really?
This is Tutti Frutti
Yeah,
tofuti.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Mr. Imus, how you doing? Have some lunch with us.
Yeah, sit down.
What are you guys all doing here?
Having lunch.
Having lunch, yeah.
I
want some Tutti Frutti tofuti.
No. I wanted to talk to Dr. Schultz.
Oh, well, you want us to leave or what? Is it personal?
Well,
is it personal?
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, let him stay here because we're having lunch and it,
Okay. I'm kind of worried about Charles.
Oh, really?
Oh.
What could it be?
Well, he said this morning on the air, he said that I was one of the only one or two men with whom he thought he could have a successful...
I heard that. He said that yesterday, too, man.
Who could have he could have a successful homosexual relationship with.
God. Throws me out the door.
Well, you know, Donald, very often, I understand you think this is Charles's problem, but very often it's the
it is his problem.
The person who brings the problem out into the open who has the problem, you know?
Yeah, man.
No, what are you talking about? I'm not...
Besides, Donald, a lot of very sensitive human beings, men, have good, decent relationships with other men.
That's sickening stuff.
Tell me, how are your wrists holding up?
My wrists are fine. How come you
have to use a jack to hold your wrist up, huh?
No, Charles, I think Charles is a homo.
Yeah, you think so, huh?
Charles.
Let me ask you a question,
Yeah.
boy Don.
Who's the one going to the shrink?
Yeah, look who's here, right? Let me ask you a question. Did you have any uncontrollable urges to redecorate your butt?
Hey, man, could you do something with my hair? I can't do a thing.
WNBC.
6:46, 14 till 7. Imus in the Morning, WNBC. WNBC, coming up on 6:50. In fact, it is 6:50 now, 10 till 7 o'clock. I am Imus in the Morning, WNBC weather. Increasing clouds today, high about 38 degrees. Then tonight, snow developing, changing to sleet or freezing rain. 29 now in New York.
Passamaquoddy Bay, Peggy's Cove, Shipwreck Point, Malpec Bay, Cavendish Beach, Heart's Content, and Campobello Island. America, come on up to Canada this summer. Come for the wilderness and discover a civilization that's just up the road from some great seaside resorts. Historic old cities in Nova Scotia where you can stroll the waterfronts and dine on the best lobster in Canada. Picturesque Acadian villages along the coast of New Brunswick, and the famous Charlottetown Festival on tiny Prince Edward Island. The colorful harbors in Newfoundland with fiddlers, folk songs, and sailors from the seven seas. This summer, come on up. America borders on the magnificent. Canada.
When a beautiful girl has a Broadway dream, you're at 42nd Street. When 100 tapping feet thunder like one, you're at 42nd Street. When an extravaganza Broadway hasn't seen for years comes alive again, you're at 42nd Street. The dancing, the glitter, the dames. It's 42nd Street, David Merritt's rip-roaring musical comedy smash.
On the avenue, I'm taking you to 42nd Street. Street.
Some seats are available this week and for Sunday's matinee. See 42nd Street. Call telecharge 239-6200, 8 a.m. to midnight.
6:52, 8 till 7 o'clock. I am Imus In The Morning, WNBC News. Good morning, Charles McCord.
Good morning, Don. Here in the tri-state area, Nassau County Police say an 11-year-old boy found his mother and older brother dead inside their Oceanside, Long Island home last night. The victims identified as 41-year-old Susan Eigen and her 17-year-old son Richard. Police spokesman Officer Edward Wessinger says they're looking for more clues.
Actually, it's a homicide investigation. We found 2 dead bodies. Of course, they have to determine how they were killed. A medical examiner will determine that. And from there, we go on further.
Detective Wessinger does say, though, that the initial investigation at the scene indicates that robbery was the motive in the killings. Authorities are trying to determine the cause of a Sunday morning fire in Newark that killed 4 people and has left 40 homeless today. A city fire department spokesperson says the blaze started in a vacant second-floor apartment. Officials say burning embers carried by strong winds caused the fire to spread then to several other wooden homes. It took 85 firefighters an hour to bring that fire under control yesterday in Newark. Also in the headlines this morning, New York City's school chancellor Anthony Alvarado complaining that low starting salaries for teachers has forced this city to scrape the bottom of the barrel, as Alvarado put it, in hiring teachers for the current school year. A description that may not make new teachers terribly happy. Nevertheless, Alvarado says that is what has happened, that we're not attracting the best and the brightest, because starting pay for a New York City teacher is $14,500 a year. Alvarado would like to see that figure go up to at least $18,000, or as he points out, the same figure that city sanitation men get to start. Our weather, a winter storm watch is in effect for tonight and tomorrow.
How about them dogs?
Details just ahead on WNBC. First of all, Jesse Jackson trying to explain his position to Jewish voters. We have details about that from NBC's Alan Walden.
With the New Hampshire primary set for tomorrow and 7 Democrats scrambling to give Walter Mondale a run for his money, Jesse Jackson seems to have grabbed most of the headlines, though he may wish it was otherwise. Jackson went to a synagogue in Manchester yesterday to explain his use of the word Jaime and his reference to New York as Jaime Town during a private conversation.
In private talks, we sometimes let our guard down and become thoughtless. It was not in a spirit of meanness, but an off-color remark having no bearing on religion or politics. I deny, and I do not recall ever making such a statement in any context that would be remotely construed as being either anti-Semitic or anti-Israel.
Senator John Glenn, meanwhile, has other problems. His campaign for the nomination has been running out of both steam and money, but Glenn says he's not ready to quit.
I'm in this thing for principle. When you get in for something for principle, you don't just drop out the first time there happens to be a negative poll. And I'm not dropping out this time because there's a negative poll. We're in this to make a point for the party and for the future of this nation that I believe in so much.
Glenn finished a dismal 6th in the Iowa caucuses last week. Senator Gary Hart, who finished a surprising 2nd in Iowa, hopes to do at least that well again tomorrow, and says when all is said and done, he will be the Democratic candidate. More news in a minute.
For Executone, here's Phone Talk.
This is Phone Talk.
Hey, this may sound crazy.
Right, crazy.
But now that Ma Bell is broken up, we need a business phone company with maybe 200 or more offices in all 50 states.
Executone.
Maybe one with 48 years experience.
Executone, sir.
One you can call at 800-645-1111.
Sir, that's Executone, the only nationwide business phone company that's not broken up.
Right. So what do you think? Sound crazy or what? Hello?
Executone, the only nationwide business phone company that's not broken up. A Contel company.
Not in a million years. Tell you right out, there's no chance. Eat just one. Now tell me another joke.
Lay's brand potato chips, so thin, so light, so crisp. So is it any wonder?
No one can eat just one. Sing it, boys.
No one can.
You call that singing?
No one can eat just one Lay's brand potato chips.
Ready for the check?
No one can eat just one.
So thin, so light, so crisp.
Lay's. No one can eat just one.
The flag flying over the military encampment at Beirut Airport today is not the Stars and Stripes, but instead the bright green banner of the Muslim rebels in Lebanon. The Marines, as reported by NBC News correspondent Philip Till, are gone.
It is indeed a very different sight this morning. Muslim gunmen and Lebanese army units are just lounging around the base, some of them leafing through paperbacks that were left behind by the Marines. The Lebanese themselves, of course, are all aboard their ships off the Lebanese coast, although there is a contingent still in Beirut. We don't know how many, and their job is to protect the U.S. Embassy.
Other than them, the only remnant of the multinational peacekeeping force is the French contingent, and it may regret its government's decision to remain in Beirut. One French soldier was killed yesterday when a mortar shell landed nearby. And an American priest was reported to have been killed in fighting along the so-called Green Line between the Christian and Muslim sections of Beirut. This is NBC News.
Attention shoppers, we've got a special on aisle 6, and check out our 2 for the price of 1 deal on aisle
If you've been scouring the supermarket in search of a better buy, check out Purex heavy-duty detergent for real value. Purex detergent has a new dense formula that gives you more cleaning power in every cup, and you get the same amount of washes in every box. Now that's real value from a company that knows you want a hard-working product that costs less than other leading brands. New dense formula Purex is even more convenient than ever before. Instead of using a cup and a quarter per load, now you only need 1 cup. And here's the best news of all. Purex detergent still costs the same, and that's a whole lot less than any other leading brand.
Over on aisle 12, we've got a special markdown on day-old bread and a red letter sale on canned
Just
goods.
don't forget, new dense formula Purex is one of the best buys on the shelf, and it'll get your clothes clean, sparkling white, and bright.
Purex, the symbol of value for the smart shopper.
6:58, 2 minutes till 7 o'clock. I am Imus In The Morning here with my friend Charles McCord. WNBC weather, a winter storm watch in effect for tonight and tomorrow. However, today, increasing clouds, high about 38. Then tonight, snow developing, changing to sleet or freezing, icky rain.
Oh, my God.
It's 29 now in New York. Today is Ralph Nader's birthday. Yes, happy birthday to Ralph Nader. Well, I guess we'll have to take that one back. Never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry, Ralph. This letter from John J. Taft. Dear Mr. Imus, would you wish my friend Linda a happy birthday on Monday, 2/27/84, between 7 and 7:30? That's 6:59 now.
Close enough.
Yeah, close.
Come on, John.
In addition, would you play You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone for her?
Yeah, right, John.
Yeah, that's coming right up, John.
Good Lord. Happy birthday, though.
Yeah, happy birthday, Linda.
But forget Debbie.
Elaine Fila from Yonkers writes, I want to tell you how very much I enjoy your show. Don't be kissing up to us, Elaine.
Well, the family's very responsible for some awfully nice tennis wear.
Yeah. Anyway, on February 27th, my aunt and uncle, Julia and Stanley Janos, will be celebrating their 51st wedding anniversary. They listen to you every morning. A couple of little sickos, huh?
Boy, no kidding.
Oh, almighty.
Good Lord, Julie, Jano, Jojo.
They usually listen around 7. Fine. Well, happy anniversary to Julia and Stanley Janos, married 51 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
That is nice.
7 o'clock, Imus In The Morning, Chevrolet Camaro, Z. They want to hear...
what do they want to hear?
The Grateful Dead.
You ruined my life.
They want to hear Casey Jones by the Grateful Dead, but we don't have that record.
Nuts.
Cavaliers hot and your Chevrolet's got it. Riding that train.
These guys have been married 51 years old and they're deadheads? What's the deal here?
I don't know.
Okay.
Chevrolet's hot and your Chevrolet dealer's got it. Take charge of one of the hottest selling Chevrolets today. Chevrolet sponsors this N-Copter traffic report with WNBC's Ross Frank. Good morning, Miss Frank.
Good morning, Mr. Imus.
Did you know that Howard's mother can fly? Yeah.
Well, why? How do you know this?
Well, somebody told me.
She can fly on her own or like in a plane?
No, on her own.
Oh, yeah?
No, you could take her to the coast. What are the cars?
Maybe she'll drop Howard off somewhere for us.
Yeah, I like Howard.
I know, and I do too, and I'm just kidding.
Okay, what are the cars doing?
Just kidding. Not much on the LIE westbound. Just west of the exit for Francis Lewis Boulevard. Again, a truck accident there. I'm Roz Frank in the N-Copter. Next report, 7:20 on WNBC.
Thanks, Ralph. 2 minutes after 7, now 7:02 in New York. I am Imus In The Morning. Lisa and I and Florin, our tennis pro from the Vertical Club, are going skiing next Sunday. I don't know where to go, though. Florin's going to check around. We can only go one day, so we're going to leave very early Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And come back Sunday night. So
that'll be fun.
I just wonder if there's some local ski area that, would like to have me there for the day. And then be talking about it for several weeks afterward. What a wonderful time I had.
And what a wonderful facility it was.
Yeah. Gee, well, if they are, they ought to get their calls in here early.
Yeah, we'll be taking calls from various ski operators, ski resort areas, and we will be naming the winner Somewhere around 10 o'clock this morning, right,
Yeah,
Donnie?
the ski off, and we want we want nothing.
That's the shoes off.
Yeah, the shoes off. We want nothing more than like a couple hours away because we're not interested in driving for 5 or 6 hours.
No, unless you want to send down the helicopter, and then, of course, we will be willing to go on up to the Stowe area.
Yeah, wherever. So WNBC weather now, increasing clouds today, high
Good
about
Lord.
38 degrees. Then tonight, snow developing, changing to sleet or freezing rain.
Yeah, maybe.
It's 29 degrees now.
Yeah.
In New York. How about those Generals?
How about those Generals?
How about them dogs?
Oh, my God!
Well, they won yesterday.
They did?
And I watched a Generals football game on television that looked like a real football game.
That's what I understand.
So they were hot stuff.
Look out, Nuffle. Here comes a useful.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, in case you're interested in the scores, which I'm sure you are, because I had threatened Donald Trump in that if they didn't...
Yeah.
If things didn't look real good today, why, then I'd have to get ugly with him, you know?
Get ugly.
New Jersey General 17, Birmingham Stallion 6. And that dope from the Daily News, Benjamin Lee Eckstein, or Eckstein, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I mean, his picks bite the big one. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, that's one way of describing it.
Speaking of biting the big one, I finally had some chicken at T.J. Tucker's. It's decent. You know, their world-famous fried chicken?
Among the best on the planet, yes.
Well, wrong.
Wrong?
No, Colonel Sanders will not sneak into the T.J. Tucker kitchen to
look
steal
for a
a recipe.
recipe.
No. But they had some other kind of chicken over there.
Yeah.
So Lisa and I were over there Friday, talked to Tommy O'Neill. I like Tommy O'Neill a lot.
Now, who is he?
He and Tucker Fredrickson owned T.J. Tucker.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, they fixed chicken a different way. Put sauce on it so it kind of kill a taste. You know?
Yeah.
So it was good. Star 17, Memphis 9, Jacksonville 53.
Because you know those really aren't chickens.
What are they?
Well, what they do, they go out in the over here on the West Side Highway and rope a bunch of pigeons.
No, they don't.
Haul them over there, cook them up.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
They can't do that.
They can't do that?
I wouldn't put it past them. But, you know. And then I was down to El Coyote.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get in.
No, not Don Imus.
Yeah.
Couldn't get in El
There were no
Coyote.
tables at El Coyote.
Well, what are they doing? Eating on the floor?
Well, no, you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Well, there were too many people.
Oh, I see. You mean there was no place to sit and be served?
Yeah.
I thought you meant that they, put down a couple of troughs on the floor there. Hey, Suey, come in here.
No, I've never. They lined up there for...
Well, I'll be darned. Well, that's the hot new deal, of course, Mexican food.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, they sure got it there.
Jump right on anything here in New York.
That's right. All right. Philadelphia, these are more NFL scores. Philadelphia over...
USFL scores.
Yeah. What did I say?
NFL.
I did?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, they look pretty good.
So it's fooled you.
They looked as good as some NFL teams.
You thought you were watching them.
Philadelphia 17, Memphis 9, Jacksonville 53, Washington 14, Oklahoma 7, Pittsburgh 3, New Orleans 13, San Antonio 10, Tampa Bay 20, Houston 17, Arizona with George Allen. George Allen has lost only one opening season game in 13 years.
Good grief.
Way to go, George.
What a statistic.
35-7 over Oakland. Denver over Los Angeles 27-10. Do you know that I've been taking tennis lessons now every day? I've been playing tennis 2 or 3 hours a day for a month.
Yeah.
And that when people find out over to Vertical Club that they're going to play me, they immediately try to get a Valium prescription.
Do they?
Yeah. They bring their shrink and their psychologist with them.
Yeah.
And a Medivac team in case they crack under the pressure.
Yeah. Well, I don't doubt it.
You want to play with me this week?
Oh, gosh, I want to play with you anytime.
By the way, speaking of your homosexual tendencies...
Yes.
Fat John Eckstein sent over a wrist support for you.
He did?
Yeah.
It's real funny, Fat John. Thanks a lot. What's that hanging around your waist? Maine?
You know, when I play with him and he's got balls stuck in his pocket,
yeah,
I'm looking across and I can't tell whether he has any balls or not.
I know.
I mean, there's all these bulges. He's got more folds than
than last week's laundry.
He said, Wally said, since I've been playing with you, I lost 4 pounds. Well, God, it'd be like a boulder rolling off of Mount Everest. Say, well, that looks a little smaller, doesn't it?
What'd you do, lose your wallet?
He dropped his wallet and he lost 4 pounds. Okay. In the National Hockey League, Quebec 5, St. Louis nothing. Washington over Hartford 4-3. The Flyers over the Islanders 5-3. The Rangers in overtime defeated Pittsburgh 4-3. Detroit over Chicago 4-2. Toronto and Vancouver tied at 4 each. Calgary 5, Los Angeles 2. Coming up tonight, Boston at Buffalo, Edmonton at Winnipeg. What happened in basketball, bozo?
The Los Angeles Lakers defeated the 76ers 101-99. San Diego over Seattle 101-93. Indiana beat Portland 102-100. Detroit over Cleveland 121-109. Boston beat Phoenix 116-109. One game on the schedule tonight. The Hawks are here at the Garden to play the Knicks.
You know, there's very few things that Lisa can criticize me about. Things. I mean, I have no faults. So few.
I know.
The one thing that makes her nuts
is
when I eat on
the air.
On the air.
Well, it makes everybody nuts. What are we going to do about it?
When I talk, when I'm chewing.
Yeah.
And she just hates it.
Well, you shouldn't do that. I mean, being a major radio personality.
Oh, God.
That kind of silly.
I'm going to eat.
You know, slopping down stuff, drinking coffee. Oh, God. You know, I mean, it's just obnoxious sounding. It's gruesome to have to sit here and listen to that.
What's the weather?
The weather, Don, is a term that we...
Do this, I am going to choke your neck.
Winter storm watch is in effect for tonight and tomorrow. Increasing clouds today, the high about 38 degrees. Snow developing tonight, changing to sleet or freezing rain. Lows near 32 in the city, down to 25 in the northern and western suburbs. Tomorrow, rain possibly mixed with sleet during the morning. It'll be blustery, the temperature going up to near 40. Wednesday's outlook, rain possibly changing to snow before it ends. It's 29 degrees. Stop that. Gad. And yet you eat like a hog anyway. Just down there at the trough with your nose buried in the slop.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
29 degrees right now at precisely 10 minutes past 7 o'clock. And that's what's happening. I'm Charles McCord, WNBC New York.
Thank you, Charles. I'm Imus in the Morning. Some hot stuff coming up, baby. Santana, Banana tomorrow. And tomorrow, Susie will talk with Senator George McGovern. Was that you who just called?
I'm sorry.
All right. NBC. WNBC. 13 after 7, now 7:13 in New York. I am Imus in the Morning. WNBC weather. Increasing clouds today, high about 38. Then tonight, snow developing, changing to sleet or freezing rain. It's 29 degrees now in New York. You pick the songs on the Frank Reed All Request radio show, weekdays from 10 to 3. And we want to find... Frank talked to his mother Friday. Which Frank's like Mrs. Howard's mother's real funny, you know.